Hey YouTubers, Hardcore Gamer for Life here. In this video, I'm going to be playing a game of free-for-all on Skidrow. I'm going to be shooting an MP5K with a holographic sight. My secondary, although I never pull them out, are akimbo Rafficas. Throwing knife is my equipment, with stun grenades, Marathon Pro for perk 1. Perk 2 is Stopping Power Pro, with Ninja Pro being my third perk, and Final Stand for my death streak. Now I go into more detail in the class I'm using here and some running commentary in just a couple minutes, but there's a few things I'd like to go over briefly beforehand to just kind of let you guys, my subscribers, know who I am and what this channel stands for. I'm a musician. You can listen to some of my music on my channel. I've got lots more and I'll continue posting that as well. I'll have another one on my channel actually by tonight. I'm 33, I'm married with a son who's 19, and for those of you doing the math in your head real quick right now, no, I was not getting busy at age 14. He's my wife's son from a previous marriage. As for what I do for a living, well, I was a drywall finisher for 18 years, and now I deliver for Pizza Hut. And while I didn't dislike construction, I like what I'm doing now much better. I mean, you just drive around and people hand you money. It's pretty sweet. I mean, there's a little more to it, but not much. So I'm just going to do a few shout-outs here. Not because I'm trying to get anyone any views necessarily, although I do hope you check out their channels if you haven't already. And besides which, this channel just isn't big enough yet to have a serious impact on anyone's views or subs anyway. But because I'd like to acknowledge the people who inspired me to begin this channel and post gameplays and commentaries on it, and because these directors, I feel, embody the sort of things that this channel really stands for. So on that note, I got to give a big shout out to Ken Burton, and especially to his KEN campaign, which basically stands for Keep Everything Nice. And I'm not going to go into too much detail here. Go check out his channel for more info if you don't already know about it, but you know, we all know that while most gamers are cool, laid-back people, just one or two douchebags can ruin a perfectly good lobby, as we probably all experienced. So I'm behind Ken's campaign 100%. You know, if it was the anti-douchebag movement, I probably wouldn't be behind it, since that'd probably just end up creating more douchebags. But you know, I love how Ken just focuses on the positive side of things, keeping everything nice. And basically, the idea is we very publicly and unanimously mute the douchebags and just let them be douchebags to themselves. Don't feed off their negativity, guys. If you do, you're just giving them exactly what they want. So thank you, Ken Burton, for the KEN campaign and for all your great vids. You're a very entertaining director. Now for the rest of my shoutouts. All these guys bring something unique to the table, and every one of them embodies the spirit of fun and community that I really love about online games. So I got to give big shout outs to Rock, Junkyard129, Double Trouble, Paperbat, and all the guys down at Project Echo. Kokra, Blame Truth, Trump, Cnanners, Wings of Redemption, Only Use Me Blade, and Dr. Disrespect. You guys cover a wide range of directing, commentary, and playstyle. I just want to thank each and every one of you. You've all been an inspiration to me in getting this started. So my philosophy behind this class. Let's start with this gun. Now the MP5 was definitely one of my favorite guns in COD 4, and I have to admit I was a little disappointed that they didn't have it included in this game, but while the MP5K is not the same gun, it's actually a pretty decent replacement once I played around with it a bit. The rate of fire is a bit higher, making it a little bit less accurate at distance, but it gives you a better chance of winning close range firefights, as you will see in this match. Now, I use stopping power in this loadout. You know, as I post more videos, you're going to see that I pretty much exclusively use cold-blooded as a second perk once I've reached level 25. The exception to this is my rushing classes, either SMGs or shotguns. Now with SMGs, I use stopping power for that little extra punch that really helps you dominate in close-range firefights. As far as shotguns, you know, stopping power really does nothing for them close range, but it does let you one-shot at a much greater distance, especially with the Spaz 12 now. So that's my thinking behind my gun and my second perk in this class. As far as my first perk, you know, Marathon Pro, pretty much a no-brainer in a rushing class. I won't go much into that. Now Ninja Pro. You know, if Ninja Pro only gave you silent footsteps, I'd still use it. You know, with all the guys with Turtle Beaches out there, you know, I'm definitely considering getting one, by the way. But you know, being invisible to the heartbeat sensors, that's just the icing on the cake for this perk, necessary for any rushing class of mine above level 29. Now, my special grenades are stuns, That's also unique to my rushing loadouts. Now that Infinity Ward has given us hit markers on our flashbangs, I do use those on all my other loadouts, but since I love to use the throwing knives as my equipment on my rushing classes, I use stun grenades since they slow the enemy down more and make it much easier to score with a throwing knife. And while I'm not in the league of Kokra, I'm pretty decent with a throwing knife, and I will have a throwing knife montage posted for you guys within a month or so, because I know people love the throwing knives. So, there were several spots in this round where I could have gotten some easy knife throws, but as you'll see, I'm all about shooting my MP5K this round. So, as I mentioned, I don't use my secondary at all this round. Now, in a more stealth-oriented or sniper class, I'm more dependent on my secondaries, but in a rushing class, I basically only pull them out when I'm out of ammo or caught reloading, which I don't think either happens in this round. I'm not sure, but as far as the Rafikas go, pull both triggers, 6 bullets come out. What's not to like? And I just haven't seen the MP5K get much love on YouTube. I believe I saw one person do akimbos, which is beast in my opinion. I use that pretty much all through my second prestige. And so that's my thoughts on this class. Now, as far as my rushing philosophy, and I will caution you, I've only found it effective in free-for-all. Mainly I think because in free-for-all, you're just shooting everybody, and generally you don't usually have enemies working together against you, and the spawn system is essentially random. So if you have good agility with your character and quick twitch reflexes, this full-out rush tactic with the right perk and weapon loadout is going to win you most of your close-range firefights. So as long as you have a map like Skidrow where you can take advantage of the buildings, alleys, and hallways to help most of your encounters, close range, this tactic gives you a good chance in free-for-all. So you want to keep most of your encounters close range when you're using a rushing tactic like this, and either shotguns, SMGs, what have you. Long range, it's much more difficult, as I think a couple of long range shots that I get a few hit markers long range, and these submachine guns just don't quite have the punch long range that an assault rifle does, even the stopping power. So, one thing people say about this game, kill streaks are overpowered. One thing I think people say, they're kind of tired of seeing people get all the kills with their kill streaks. That's another reason I wanted to post this match, because I get pretty much all my kills with my gun. I think I get a couple stabs, but pretty much it's all my MP5K. I've got my kill streak set at 7, 11, and 25 because I was trying to do some assault rifle and some sniping. I wanted to drop some more. I've dropped a couple nukes already. I want to drop some on video for you guys to watch. And I know they're entertaining for me, so I'm sure there's other people who would like to see some nukes from me, and I definitely will have those for you before too long. So anyway, here at this point, I've been really down throughout the whole match. I've been 6, 8 kills down from this GTX guy pretty much the whole match, and although I never give up, at the same time throughout this match I really didn't think that I was going to come out on top till probably about the last 30 seconds. I really felt like I had a good shot, but up to that, that's why you just never give up. You still give it your all, even if you're having not the greatest round in the world, because you've always got a chance if you believe you have a chance. And if you don't believe you have a chance, then you don't. And that's the way that goes, at least in my experience. So, people say the kill streaks are overpowered in this game. I don't get any kill streaks here. I don't call in a single kill streak, and I win the match. 30 and 17, not a super impressive score, but for a rushing class, I think not bad. Okay, so here at this point, this guy's got 1400. I've got 1250. Yeah, I'm thinking, man, this guy's been rocking it with the AK. He's probably going to knock out those 2 kills real quick, get himself a nice double spray, and that's the round, right? Yeah. I'm going to use my stun here, slow that guy down, make him an easy target. Duck over here. Now, as you'll see, I pretty much rush all out all the time. The only exception is I'll stop and I will aim at a doorway, maybe for 5 seconds max. Other than that, you're just exposing your back and you're liable to get a knife in it. So this is the point where I really start thinking, that guy hasn't got any kills in a while. Maybe I can actually take this match. And then he kills me. And I'm thinking, oh, man, rough. I thought I might be able to pull this out, and then I get a couple quick kills. Well, wait. If I could just get real lucky here, get 2 more quick kills before this guy gets 1. Come on. So basically what I did here, I'm not trying to say I played better than this other guy. Obviously I win, so to a degree I did. But what he did is he worked smarter. I worked harder. In this case, it worked for me. Sometimes I like to camp and work smarter. But since I worked harder, I get to light my last enemy up from behind like a Christmas tree. Thanks for viewing, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe.